there from Sinead Crowley. The time now 9 minutes to 8. Time for News of Business. Brian's back.
Fran, thank you. Ulster Bank has reported an operating profit of €69 million for the first 3 months of the year. That's up from €10 million in the same period last year, all reflective of what the bank says was improved deposit margins, stable loan product pricing and growth in new lending volumes. The bank reported no net impairment charge for the quarter. Now, 2014 was a busy year in the hotel transaction market, and 2015 is looking like it will surpass last year's outcome already. Tom Barrett, Director of Hotels and Leisure at Savills, is here with their latest report on the market. And Tom, we spoke to you during the course of last year, and it was looking like it was going to be a very strong year, and it turned out to be the case.
That's certainly the case, Brian. Last year I met you, and halfway through the year we expected it to be about 350, heading towards 400, and it turned out to be 440 million of hotel transactions in 2014, almost 60 properties.
Who's doing the buying? Is it mostly international buyers still coming in here, or are we seeing domestic players?
A lot of domestic players as well, Brian, certainly around Ireland and in the regional market, often in association with international players and international money. So there's a large degree of Irish people, there's some American money, there's some UK, and there's a little bit of further afield.
One of the features of the hotel market in the last year or two has been the consolidation of brands. We've seen the Doubletree come in here, for example, the Intercontinental just down the road from here. Is that a feature that we will continue to see?
It's starting again. Back in the 2000s, we had a lot of brands coming in, initially at the mid-market, such as Best Western, Quality Hotels. Then in the later stages of the boom, we had Four Seasons, Ritz-Carlton, Sheraton, high-end brands. Sometimes they were inappropriate for the location and the product. But now you've got changing of hotel transactions, you've got new owners, and you've got brands coming in. You also have domestic Irish brands being created. Dalata Hotel Group now are the largest hotel operator and owner in the country, and they have the Maldron brand, which will have 14 hotels shortly, and also they're creating the Clayton brand, which would have been known for the Clayton Hotel in Galway, and they're rolling that out across, I believe, 13 hotels across Ireland and the UK.
Is there still room for an independent buyer in the market, or are they phasing out?
No, absolutely. The bulk of the transactions are to independent buyers, and some of those buyers might have bought a second hotel. So at levels around the country, there's an awful lot of that happening. There's also the indigenous Irish hotelier who has come through the hard years of recession and is now seeing benefits from things like the Wild Atlantic Way and the growth in tourism numbers into the country. Tourist arrivals into Ireland in the first quarter of 15 were up by 14%. It's the strongest level ever of growth.
What kind of returns are buyers getting in terms of room rates and occupancy? Are they on the increase?
Yes, they're on the increase, and they've been in the increase in Dublin for about 5 years, getting to about 80% in the city centre in terms of occupancy, and rate is now growing as well. Around the country, the growth has been slower, but it's now spread out to most regions.
Is there still perceived to be good value in Ireland? I know in the last few years we saw a lot of investors swooping in to pick up good deals here, but I know Dalata in their speaking at their conference recently said that they believe that coming towards the end of the year we'll see value beginning to filter out of the market. Is that the general view? I
think prices have come back to a more stabilised level, but yet in most markets people will see that it's cheaper to buy than to build. So you're buying below replacement cost value, especially outside of Dublin, well below replacement cost value. Dalata obviously as well are the largest hotel operator now in Ireland, and it comes to a point where you don't need more hotels in a certain location.
And is it a case that, like houses, we're going to have to start building again pretty soon?
It started already. There's 2 hotels in development in Dublin. There's a lot more in planning. Some of those will come through, and there's extensions happening. There's a crane over a few hotels in Dublin already.
Tom Barrett of Savills, thank you very much indeed. British Airways owner IAG has reported a quarterly operating profit of €25 million. That compared to a loss of €150 million this time last year. Performance at the group, which is in the process of trying to buy Aer Lingus, was helped by lower fuel costs and improvement in performance across its 3 airlines. Currencies finally, the euro this morning trading at $1.11 and 72 pence sterling.
Thank you very much, Brian. It's coming up to 4 minutes to 8. Let's go to Met Éireann now, from where we're joined this morning